Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Outside the Rally. I'm your host, Dean Baer. Before we start, I wanted to show off the IRT face masks. Once again, you saw them when we were in Atlanta. Fantastic. If you guys want to get yours and support the IRT, they're $10 a piece or 3 for $25. We have PayPal, Venmo, and we even can accept credit cards. You can email me, dean@irt-tour.com, and we'll get you all set up. Tonight, we're talking 3-wall ball championships. I'm excited that the IRT will be broadcasting in Las Vegas on October 14th to 18th. And tonight's guests are the famous Marty Hogan and Rick, Soda Man, a.k.a. football player, Koll. Guys, first of all, welcome to Outside the Rally. It's Marty, it's always a pleasure having here. And Rick, we had some conversations on the phone. So wonderful to see you. So thank you for stopping.
Thanks for having us.
Before we get started, I just want to say, everything's okay at home for you guys, healthy and safe wherever it is you guys live?
Absolutely. I mean, from St. Louis and stuff, everything is, I think just like across the country, everything's kind of improving a little bit, and people are getting, I don't know if we're getting used to it or what, but just people are just, when you go into a store or go anywhere, I mean, I'm still bad about, you got to remember that mask to take in no matter where you go. But otherwise, I think a lot of stuff is trying to come back.
It's very hard. Old dog, new tricks, right, Rick?
Oh, absolutely. But we're coming alive here in Las Vegas as well. So the bars, thank God, the bars just opened up this last Sunday, where even without food, you can go in and eat, drink as much as you want, sit at the bar. That's kind of a new thing for us for the last few months. So it's slowly moving in the right direction for everybody, I think, in the whole country. So we appreciate that.
Yeah, in New York, we still can't play indoor racquetball, or we can't just go to a bar and have a drink. You must order food. So, Marty, my first question is right to you. So tell the fans what they should expect if they go to this event, or what they should look for while watching the events online.
Well, first of all, if they're going to the event, I think that they will come to an event that, and this even goes for me, I think this will be one of the most special events that I will ever attend. And really, quite frankly, the effort that's been put into making this happen, Mike Coulter and his team it's unprecedented, the lengths that he has gone for racquetball. And it's if you're going there, you're going to see play like you've never seen before. And I'm sure a lot of people know, but it was announced last Friday. I mean, we finally got the cherry on the top of this event when Kane said that he's going to come and play, which I think is just, it truly is the cherry on the top for our event. I mean, all the players are going to love to see him, going to love to meet him. It's just a great kid, super great kid, and a player that I don't think anybody will be able to even imagine how well he's going to do out there. So it's great. And then as far as online goes, Dean, I think you can watch and follow as much or however you want. There's going to be tremendous live streaming and stuff from there. So yeah, we're glad you're coming too.
We have a couple of courts going. The IRT is going to have a court. The LPRT is going to have a court. They're going to be on a whole bunch of platforms, so people are going to be able to watch. Rick, I know that you're a player at this event. What other role do you take prior to the event? Because you already told me Thursday to Sunday you're a player. But prior to Thursday, what other roles do you have at this event with the setup and all that?
Like Marty said, the lengths at which Mike Coulter has gone through to make this thing happen has been far more than any of you can even imagine, dealing with all the different regulations out here. But that's been trying. But this is if Mike and I don't talk every day, twice a day, I'd be surprised how many phone calls we have throughout the year just about this event, trying to get it together. Everything that comes up, we're talking, figuring out what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, how we're going to get through it. where the money's going to come from. Just constantly looking for sponsors to pay for all this. It's ridiculously expensive the way we do it, building it over there, but we have no choice. So Mike goes above and beyond, just trying to let everybody have a good time. I mean, it's crazy how much work we all go through. And yeah, like I said, as soon as I try to ignore all the questions, as soon as I'm playing, Thursday morning comes, I'm done. Don't ask me anything. Don't point me in a direction. I don't even want to ref. I want to go to my room, relax, ice. Playing 4 divisions, I'm dying. So yeah, just find me an ice bath and don't ask me any questions at that point. I'm done. So we have a great tournament staff to take care of that anyway. So
it is a big deal. I've spoken with Mike on many occasions, and the passion that he has for not only the event itself, but for the fan experience that I'm getting just from having conversations with him. I can actually feel his main concern is the experience people have by going there. And you don't find that anywhere. You don't find that with an event anywhere.
Mike's not
from the teamwork, I'm sure.
Yeah, Mike's not coming into this thing going, oh, wow, we're gonna spend 150 grand and make 50 grand. Yeah, if he breaks even or comes close, we're happy. If everyone had a great experience, every dime goes back in. We're just trying to have a great player experience for everybody and make sure everybody has a great time. I mean, that's what this is all about. Get everybody together and have a good time. So that's all it is with outdoor racquetball to me. So,
gotcha, Marty. I don't know if you're frozen or not, Marty, or if you can hear us. I don't think so. So Marty's going to have to come in. Here he is. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So like you said before, the cherry on top. There was a buzz a while back about Kane going to play. He's committed. He's confirmed. He's playing with his partner, Ben Croft. How do you think they're going to do in this event?
If you're asking me, I want to know who is going to stop them. That's what I want to know. And what's really kind of, and that's very, very strange to say is, I mean, here's a team that literally has no outdoor experience, literally none, right?
No.
But
No. You can't say that about Ben.
No, you can't say that about Ben. Rick is correct.
No, Ben has a hell of an outdoor player. Ben can play outdoor. Yeah.
But let me just say this. Ben is no question. Ben is a hell of a racquetball player, first of all, and a hell of an outdoor player. But you're talking about a player that has never played before and stuff, and I put them absolutely as the favorite to win this event. I do. I really do. Now, there is another division that Kane is in where I believe, I mean, Dean, and I'll go on record right now, he has a 0 shot of winning that event. As long as that other team is in that, remains in that event, in that division, he's got no shot to win that one. So
you're in that
event. Gotta win the pro.
Because you're in that event, right?
That's correct. I am in the event. I'm playing with Mike Orr, and I just want Kane to know right now. I'm sending a little salvo, little Scud missile up the front of the Hogan SS ship. That you know what? There's a chance we could meet in Vegas. If we do, I'm sure it'll get a little bit of a rating on the live stream, Dean. I think it will.
We will have that match. That's
for a hundreds match. That'll be a big one. Yeah.
Oh my God.
The most viewed Centurion match ever.
Yeah, it will be. No question.
I know that the buzz is around King, but many, and I mean many top IRT players participate in this event. Who are some of the players that usually do extremely well? And do you know of the first timers that are actually coming that may surprise people? Do you guys have any idea on that or no?
Well, even with Marty talking about the cherry on top with Kane coming, I think one thing you have to say is it seems all well and good until you got to play him in the draw. That's what I've been saying the whole while. Yeah, I want him there, but at the same time, he'll be on my side of the draw, I'm sure. So we want to meet him earlier than later, I'm sure. But, there's going to be a lot of tough players. I know Jake Bradenbeck's coming out. He doesn't normally come out. He's been out, I think, once, maybe twice before. He's a beast out there on any court. And, of course, I don't know if Bobby Horn is still coming.
I heard
was that? Yeah, I believe he's coming. I think Diaz might be coming as well.
Oh, nice.
then you have a few of the younger kids, but you have obviously Rocky and Jesus are going to be in the draw. That's always a brutal team to play. And of course, Alvy and Daniel. To me, Alvy and Daniel are still the favorites to win it all. Personally, Daniel's just got a lot of game. He is an absolute beast on the right. So it'll be fun to watch. It's going to be like any draw. Work your way through, and it'll be fun to see it happen.
I heard Alex Landa's coming. I don't know if he has a partner yet, but I believe he said he's coming. Players just want to be somewhere. They want to be anywhere but where they are now. We spoke about that. Rick, I have a question for you. The event this year is in October, and normally it's in September. It's usually correct. It's usually in a September month. So how do you think the weather is going to play for the tournament and the players? Is it going to benefit them because it's not going to be scorching hot?
Tremendously. I mean, it's a whole different animal. When you're out there, I remember the first few years, it seemed like, wow, it's 120 degrees down there on that floor. And if you have, a lot of us playing, 3-4 divisions, by that third or fourth match in 4:00 in the afternoon, you're trying to rehydrate, finding the Pedialyte, taking anything you can to keep the cramps away. I mean, by Saturday afternoon, there's been a few years where you see some, looks like just a battleground of people limping around and just dehydrated. But it makes it interesting. You have to take care of your body and take care of yourself. But this weather should be fantastic. I mean, if we're playing in the mid 70s, it'll be nice. I mean, it'll be just beautiful, and that should not be an issue for most players at that point. Then.
Well, I mean, it's extremely different than indoor because players would never play 4 divisions. I mean, it doesn't even happen at the U.S. Open. How come? Like, why do players play that many divisions at a high level?
I mean, I think most of it. This is doubles orientated, which helps a lot. I mean,
true.
A few of us older players like me and Marty, we're trying to play some extra divisions, but doubles sure makes it a whole lot easier. This isn't a singles orientated game. That's why if you look at the prize money, it's set up in the doubles. It's more exciting. There's a lot more going on. So it makes it easier to get by some more divisions that way. So, and it's fun. Originally being a paddleball, handball, and racquetball sport, some guys were coming out. Robert Solstry played 7 divisions. I think the first couple of years. We finally had to cut it off. It was just too hard to schedule everything. And then imagine Robert. As great as he is, I mean, the best one-wall player of all time, he's still in every division to the semi. So how do you schedule that?
I love the fact that he's such a good player. And when I played him in indoor, I just stood in the middle of the court and just waited for everything to come off the back. But I can't wait to see him playing, high level out there as well. So I'm glad you actually mentioned his name. Marty, how did you get involved in the 3-wall ball?
Well, I've been playing outdoor and stuff. Actually, the first one since the Nationals in '74. But I think since my retirement of playing indoor and playing racquetball, I basically gravitated toward playing outdoor. And I found the more I went down to Florida and got involved with the great group of players and guys down there and the tournaments they put on. I mean, for me, it's great exercise. It's playing racquetball, which is what I love to do. And it's outside. I mean, how can you beat that? I mean, how can you beat it? So, and then Mike, getting back to the 3-wall ball, I mean, Mike Coulter's been doing this for a decade, and I mean, how many people, besides Doug Ganem, who runs the U.S. Open, this is going to be, hopefully, God willing, he'll have the event happen in 21. But Mike has the longest running event in racquetball with the 3-wall ball. But I really feel it kind of like cheapens what he's really done for racquetball, because Mike Coulter has been around racquetball for 30 years, doing events of all kinds and all structures in a lot of different organizations. He's been around the sport for a long time. He deserves at the 10th anniversary, but he's done a lot more than just these 10 years.
Gotcha. So, Marty, we talked a few weeks ago about, you coming on the air and doing a match with me, so I'm going to put you on the spot. Can I get you to commit to being in the booth with me on the mic for a match? And is there any particular match that you want to do?
Well, first of all, Dean, it'd be my pleasure to be with you, and we'll have to do more than one match, but we will definitely be doing the Kane match.
Okay,
absolutely, 100%.
Kane,
I mean, he needs my commentary. He does. He needs my commentary.
To be honest, I'm gonna need the commentary because I've watched a little bit of it, but I don't really know the game as much. So with that said, either one of you or both of you can take this question. What is the differences in the outdoor game to the indoor game? Is it more of a strategy, or is it more of a rules type of thing?
I mean, the biggest difference, I think, is your shot selection. It's still racquetball. Roll it out, ends the rally. I mean, I played with Brett Arnett for a few years when we were out there, and Brett's strategy never changed. Hit it harder or lower. Roll it out. Hit it as hard as you can, as low as you can, and we'll win the rally. That was always his philosophy. But and that wins rallies. But I think to get to a high level, there's so much more to the game, even than indoor. To me, you have a lot more shots, a lot more different shot selections. What we call out the door, out the end of the wall on short wall, something that indoor players aren't used to covering. Having to hit a ball behind the wall to get it back to the front wall on a good Z serve or something. There's just some different strategies that, if you're going to play Kane, I don't think you're going to want to sit there and just try to roll a ball out in his face over and over. You're not going to do very well. So if you don't hit it up in his eyebrows, you're going to lose. There's no doubt about it.
Yes.
Marty, what are some of the differences that you see you play the indoor game at an extremely high level. So what are some of the biggest differences that you see?
Well, the biggest differences I see, and I think that, when you talk about playing outdoor, and this year, which is super monumental, there'll be over 100 first-time entrants into this event, which is incredible. That will be coming to this event for the very first time. And the one thing that they're going to notice is that it's almost like in the reverse. I know in hitting, and Rick stated, you can hit a winner by rolling the ball out, but very few people can roll the ball out in doubles from 30 feet when you're such at a disadvantaged position-wise. So you really have to hit the ball up higher and actually drive it to move both players back so that you can take the front of the court and take positioning on your team and stuff. Once you take positioning, then you have a much broader array of offensive shots that you can hit to win the rally. But still, this is a game of a lot of strategy. Nobody is going to be killing the ball every single time from 30 and 40 feet back, except for maybe Kane, that we've ever seen. They can do it with a winning percentage. So there's a lot of strategy, and that's the one thing that's going to be great when you're there, Dean, is, we're going to talk about how people are just using the angles of the serves more and, just trying to get people out of position, off the court, back, wherever, but not in the front, because whoever controls the front is gonna have a real dominating position during the rally to win it.
Rick, you had said stuff more about like the strategy and stuff, but are any of the rules stick out? Like I know that when me and you talked, you said there is an avoidable hinder, or there isn't, because in one wall there isn't.
Well, there's even in one wall, there's avoidable hinders. You get different shots in one wall than you do three wall, but in three wall, it's the same as really we follow all the indoor rules. You have to clear, you have to give the angle, give the straight in. It's really kind of the same. It's just that the way the ball travels on the court makes it confusing for some players. Where do I serve it? Where do I serve it to be safe? If they hit a 2-wall serve and they're standing in the way, it's an avoidable hinder, So they have to. That's probably some of the biggest adjustments for first-time players is, and you only get one serve. I mean, everybody at every level gets just one serve to get it in. There's no redos. Well, actually, there's a mulligan in the CPRTs, but you're thank goodness. But the rules themselves, really don't change much. The only big difference, probably the sidelines. We do offer, or we do have sideline judges for most matches, and the sideline judge is responsible for calling that sideline out. That's really his only job at that point, and unless he gets someone's appealing on a call, but they actually make the sideline call, as opposed to the ref making that call. But really, other than that, the ref is in charge of the whole match.
Gotcha. Marty, is there a difference in playing during the day or then in the evening? Like,
of course, in the evening it may be even though the lighting is incredible, it's still kind of like throws you off like a little bit. I think, just because it's different lighting versus the natural lighting and stuff. But I don't think it makes a difference. I really don't think it makes a difference in the play. It's not drastically like kind of different because the lighting is awesome at that event.
I got you.
Do you disagree, Rick? What do you think?
I only disagree because playing in the pro division, you got 53-year-old eyes versus 23-year-old eyes. So I got to back up an extra. You back up a few more feet than you normally would to prepare for the ball. But the lighting is really spectacular for the amount of lights, the amount of courts. We're going to probably build 19 courts out there and flood them all with lights all night is pretty crazy. It's something to see. And we had LED lights the last 2 years that were incredible from Ahern, one of our big sponsors, Ahern Rentals here in town. Wow. I mean, they make a giant difference, that LED lighting we put up. So playing at night it's a nice time to play at night. It's a nice time to watch matches at night, especially when it was that hot. It was great to cool down, just hang out and play. You weren't overwhelmed with the heat. During the day, you have those same disadvantages. You might be looking into the sun as you're serving. Like when you watch a tennis player, you bounce the ball up, you can't always find it. It's in the sun. That's something you guys got to get figured out too.
Gotcha. Marty, you mentioned before you got 100 first timers, but you have over 300 people, and we're still 3 weeks away.
Right.
What are your numbers expectations for this event? Do you expect over 400? Players?
I would be surprised if we don't break at 400. Yeah.
And that includes all divisions. That includes handball, paddleball, everything, right?
No. I would expect. I would expect us over 400 in just the racquetball side.
Okay.
On the racquetball side, especially with 100 new entrants. Provided things have loosened up some, and hopefully they continue to loosen up for people as far as even just getting back into states. New York. Just loosen up their regulations. There's no quarantine to go back into New York anymore from Vegas to New York.
That was last week. I believe it just got back on the list. I have to check because that's where I am. So I do have to double check that. But that's interesting.
But we're still far away out, though. I think that could adjust. Everything could be adjusting. So
absolutely. Rick, did you freeze? Are you there? I think Rick froze.
Yeah, froze. Yeah.
So while we're waiting for Rick, okay. So Marty, Sean is asking, after racquetball, what's your next favorite thing to do? And don't tell me sleep.
Next favorite thing to do, playing racquetball. You know what? I enjoy just about anything to do with outside, anything to do with the ocean. Anything to do really also with fitness, just with keeping in shape, with health, and just basically just taking care of yourself and stuff, whatever. I really used to play a lot of different sports and everything when I was playing racquetball. But now I just find that, just working out, keeping in shape, I live on a ranch, so there's always some stuff to do and stuff out here. So, it's about taking care of yourself, taking care of your health and stuff, working out. And I still play doubles twice a week with the same local group I've been playing with almost 20, 30 years and stuff here in St. Louis. So we still have a great time playing doubles.
We have the boss, Mike Coulter, right in there. He's watching on the 3-wall ball chat.
Oh, great.
They have 444 total players and 315 in racquetball. So we got the information right from the horse's mouth. I hope we get Rick back. I had another couple of more questions for him. But Marty, you kind of mentioned it before. I saw you had no partner, so my question was, who are you playing with? Is this a huge secret? Did you have feelers out? Because I checked my phone and I didn't get asked. No, I'm just kidding. But you said you play with Mike Orr. Do you play in another division, or just what division is that? Centurion?
I think we're just going to play. I think I'm just going to play just in the hundreds with Mike Orr and stuff. But
you're gonna have
partner I played with
in the broadcast booth, so you might want to not spread yourself too thin.
Exactly. But no, I'm playing with Mike. He's a great guy, great player and stuff. And we always have so much fun playing together and stuff. So.
Uh-huh. Well, I don't know if we're gonna get Rick back. So I'll ask you. Rick plays with Alvaro Beltran. In my opinion, I believe he's one of the most talented players. I know that you're a huge Dela Rosa fan, as am I. But when I look at just raw talent, Alvaro to me. Hey, you're back, Rick.
I'm back.
How did you get Alvaro as your partner? That was my question.
Is that me? I just caught the end of that. How did I get Alvaro?
Alvaro as your partner.
Well, it was funny because I've known Jesus since I started playing outdoor racquetball, and he's been playing with Rocky for years. And I think I lost to him in the semis of the championships that summer. So I said, you know what? I think Alvy just turned 40. I better call Alvy. So I just asked him if he wanted to play, and Alvy's always kind of funny about it, where he goes, I don't know if I want to play that much. He's always playing so many tournaments. And I said, there is money in the CPRT, Alvy. He goes,
I'll beat it.
Oh, we get paid? Oh, okay, I'll play. So yeah, he was down. I told him, you don't have to work very hard.
I'm totally not surprised. I love to see Freddie Ramirez is in there, Restrung Magazine. I was chatting with him today. He's got his Vegas ticket. Looking forward to seeing him too. We do this thing called Rapid Fire. So I'm going to play this game with you. We have a sponsor, Mani Athletics. I'm going to say a name or word, and you must give me the first thing that pops in your head. We'll alternate. So Marty, you're going to go first. And Rick, you'll take the second word. The first thing that pops in your head is going to be kind of funny. So, Marty, my first thing to you is 1980s racquetball.
A great time, but a big transitional time for racquetball. There's one word.
I gotcha. Rick, you're up. Mike Coulter, and he's watching, so.
one of my best friends who puts his heart and soul into continuing this sport into the future, and just trying to provide us all with a great time.
Marty, you're up. Daniel Dela Rosa.
The best player I've ever been on the court with in my life thus far. I mean, just incredible experience, a racquetball IQ that I've never played. I've never been on a court with somebody with that high of a racquetball IQ.
Wow, that says a lot. And Rick, Alvaro Beltran.
Just smooth. I'll say he made it easy. He just did his job and made it. He's just smooth, that guy.
I tell you, it's funny that you said that, because when we do the broadcast, I always say to Fabio, I had a couple of nicknames from him, but I'm just like, now we call him the Mexican magician. He's just what he does indoor is insane. And
waving that magic wand, yeah, exactly.
It looks effortless. Imagine if he trained and he worked out and he was eating right. Forget it. The sky would be the limit for that man. Anyway, that's always a little fun. Mani Athletics sponsors our show, so we want to give a big shout out to them. So, guys, stay right here. We're going to take a 30-second commercial break, and we'll be back right here on Outside the Rally.
All right.
Welcome back, guys. Thank you for giving us that 30 seconds. So, Rick, I'm going to get right into it here. Are there any limitations this year with the COVID-19 as to either the fan experience, guys that are coming just to watch, or participating in players in the event?
That seems like an ever-changing environment that we're dealing with right now, and through all the craziness of permitting, the regulations, we don't know what we're up against at this point yet. A few times in our conversations, I mean, obviously Mike and I have had to sit there and think, do we pull the plug on this whole thing with all the regulations, everything they're throwing at us? But I think that no matter what the regulations are going to be, it'll still be better to have the event, get everybody together, whatever comes down, whatever they're going to mandate on us, however that's going to go. I know one thing that's definitely going to happen is there's not going to be any food available. Due to the COVID restrictions, government regulations, there's no food allowed over there. So what we're going to do for that, I think we've come up with just taking $20 back off that initial entry to give their money back to the players because there will be no food available for us on that side of the street. So they go in the hotel. There's plenty of places to eat. It's not the end of the world, but at least you're getting some money back to support that. But from the regulations and what they're mandating on us, again, it seems like an ever-changing list they're giving us. So we've just been dealing with just taking body blows and taking headshots for the last 5 months, and we'll just keep working through it and put on an event. Get everybody together, and hopefully everybody has a great time.
Yeah, one of the things Mike is that usually people, it's like a free-for-all. They can kind of walk anywhere they want to go. And he said that they might have to kind of gate off the area, and everyone's going to have to enter through a main entrance.
Yeah, that's more than likely. That'll be. That's. I think that's the least of our issues, to be honest with you. But yeah, take a temperature coming in, possibly just to walk through a certain area, make sure everybody is good, that feels okay. But yeah, I mean, it's going to look a little different. The landscape's going to look a little bit different than other years. Again, we're not exactly sure how that's going to look, but we're gonna work through it and make it the best event that we can. And again, even a guy, Marty and I see each other a few times a year at tournaments all over the country. I think Solstry and I probably see each other, I don't know, a dozen times a year at different tournaments. It seems like, and I haven't seen no one's seen anybody, since our tournament last year. It's pretty sad, So it'll be great to just get everybody together. And I tell you what, I stayed at the Stratosphere 2 weeks ago. Some guys came out. We played ball all weekend, and that place was packed. I mean, it was full. A lot of people. Had a great time. Had a few cocktails. It was a good time still. So,
listen, sacrifices may have to be made across the board to have an event like this. And I think players are going to accept and fans are going to accept those changes just because they want to have the event. I think not having a buffet, although buffets are fantastic, that should be the least of our concern. And the big picture is that we're going to be there and we're going to have an event. Agree, Marty?
100%, Dean. I think that, I mean, we all have kind of like had enough of this home detention, and and you know what? And this event is not about a buffet, about walking or being 6 foot separated or whatever. We'll deal with it. What it is about, and what's the incredible support that has happened, and these 100 plus people that are coming to a first time racquetball event are going to think all racquetball tournaments are like this, which is going to be great. But the one thing that I think is going to be super special, not only for those 100, but for everybody that comes, is the generational of champions that will be there. Charlie Brumfield is going to come. We've heard in stuff. He is definitely going to come. He is the first true greatest champion that this sport, racquetball, has ever produced. Stretching now all the way to Kane, which is from one polar aspects to the next. So it's not, not only is that going to be a great feature of the event, but then it's also got the great champions like Robert, Salstray and stuff will be there. We'll get to see, and see Kane play and vice versa. I mean, vice versa. We're going to see the great handball players play, paddleball, and whatever. So it's going to be kind of like a carnival happening within a racquetball event, which is going to be so unique and so great that I just think it's fantastic. The effort that's been put to make this event happen. This is a lot bigger and a lot more important to the sport of racquetball than I think a lot of people kind of will understand and realize once it happens. And also too, you, Dean, you, the IRT network being there, live streaming it, the ladies being there. There's a couple other associations that will be streaming matches and stuff. So there'll be a lot of the 3-wall ball in Vegas being blasted out all over the world and stuff, telling people, we're outdoor racquetball is something that's happening and something that could happen regardless.
Well said. You're going to definitely have to get me a sit-down interview with Mr. Charlie Brumfield. Hopefully,
no question.
That would be,
and I think, Dean, what's going to be awesome is, and I said this to you, as I can't wait for Brumfield more than anything. I can't wait for Brumfield to see Kane play, because I don't think he's seen him play, and he's seen everybody else play, and he's been, quite amazed by seeing Cliff play and a lot of the other great players. But I'd like to see his analysis of Kane's game, and just because he has seen, he's been there for generations and stuff, and he's our greatest champion and stuff. So I'm super psyched that all the there's gonna be such great generational greats that will be there.
So Rick, before we get to any final thoughts, is there going to be something published for the fans or the people at check-in of responsibilities or rules or regulations? Will it be on the website? Is there anything that fans need to know prior to coming?
Well, I think R2 Sports, everybody who's playing, definitely we're gonna even the draw sheets. I think we're gonna go to R2 Sports to get all your draws, to eliminate some of that. The congregation around the draw sheets, that's a possibility, but just everybody paying attention to R2 Sports as far as changes, as far as updates, as far as what new regulations or mandates are put on us. Obviously, we're going to contact everyone through email, what's going on. We'll put posts out through Facebook. We're trying to communicate as best we can as we know things. We'll just keep everybody updated as best we can through this whole next couple of weeks.
So Mike Coulter is saying right here in the chat book that Charlie has requested to sit in the booth with you. Listen, he can have any chair he wants. To be honest, I can stand. I can be on the floor. It doesn't matter. Rick, any final thoughts before you go?
I'll touch a little more on Charlie. I'll say of all the years I've played, I was invited to a dinner last year. We had a dinner with Charlie, and I've spent time with Charlie before. He's helped me with my game or analyzed my game, and just kind of discussed it at length at times. But we went to a dinner, and of all the memorable times I've had there, if you get a chance to spend some time with him, do it. The guy's comical. He tells a great story, and you definitely want him on the mic for a while, no doubt about it. But I hope everyone continues to sign up, come. The more the merrier is always myself. I want to give a shout out to Peggy as well, our tournament director. She's been just busting her tail for a couple of weeks trying to jump through hoops that the city and the state have been mandating on us. She's been just killing herself, not sleeping. A couple of cocktails that night to put herself to sleep, but she's working very hard to get this thing to happen. So we're all busting our butts to make it happen, and we haven't even started building yet. So I hope everyone can appreciate that, come out and really support the event, because that's what it's for. That's just so we can all get together and have a great time. So come on out and have fun.
I know that are going to be a fan.
What's that?
I know about 20 people that are going just to be a fan. They're not playing. Yeah. They're not working. They're just there to experience this wonderful event. Marty, any final thoughts for you before you go?
Just mainly that I think that everybody that comes to the event, there's some other things that are in the hopper for outdoor. There is, I'm currently with a group of people. We're discussing putting together an outdoor circuit, which a lot more people will find out about at Three Wall Ball. And then a pet project of mine that I've been working on is actually a reality series, an outdoor racquetball fitness reality series that's going to feature a lot of the gals from the Pro Tour in it, and there will be a lot of discussion and a lot of stuff to report in at the Three Wall Ball and stuff. It's a project that I've been working on for a while, and are super jazzed about the road it's going down. I mean, I think it's going to be something really special for racquetball.
Anything else, Rick, before you go?
I will touch on you saying you'll have people that are going to come out and just spectate. I will always tell everyone the same thing. If you're an indoor player that's scared to play, doesn't want to take a beating out there, there's tons of divisions to play. Come experience the whole experience. Get on the court, play. It's more fun than you can imagine if you haven't done it. Even if you've never played outdoor, it's still a good time. I mean, I played a lot of indoor before I even stepped on an outdoor court. And I just fell in love with playing outdoor, but it's a different experience, but it's fun. If you're coming out to the event to watch, pick up a racket, bring it, play, and enjoy yourself. You'll have a good time.
Well said. Well said.
Yeah.
Is in the chat box saying thank you to you for the kind words that you said to her. So Rick and Marty, thank you so much for the insight tonight. I think our fans got a pretty good understanding of what to expect, and I know that we're gonna gain some more fans across the board as we get closer to this event. So I'm super excited to be at the event too, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in person. So thank you so much for your time tonight.
You bet. Thanks for having us, Dean, and we'll see you in a few weeks.
Absolutely.
No. Yeah. Thanks, Dean.
Anytime.
Absolutely.
Anytime. So, ladies and gentlemen, great night hearing from, Marty Hogan. Come on. I mean, the man he can talk. We can probably be here a couple hours. And Rick, the soda man, Koll. Thank you to our rapid fire sponsor, Mania Athletics. Please like their Facebook page and check out their videos. Again, I want to show off the IRT face masks. Here it is. It's got a cool little vent here and a filter that goes in. They're pretty easy. I've been wearing them all in Atlanta and every day here at home too, because we have to have them everywhere except when we're indoors and when we can socially distance. If you fans want to get yours and support the IRT, they're $10 each or 3 for $25. We have PayPal, Venmo, and we even can accept credit cards. So email me, dean@irt-tour.com, and I'll get you guys all set. I want to remind everybody we had a Tier 4 in Lilburn, Georgia, last weekend, and congratulations to the one and only Daniel Dela Rosa. Took home the prize. Took out Alex Landa in a tough tiebreaker there, but Daniel won the whole event. This year we're hoping to have a whole bunch of other smaller events that will be broadcasting all over the country. And if you're interested in having an IRT event, whether it's a Tier 1 Grand Slam or even any one of our satellites in your club, you can always contact me, dean@irt-tour.com. We'll get you all set up. Special thanks tonight, always to Mr. Mark Gibbs. This show doesn't happen without him. I appreciate all your really hard work behind the scenes. Check out our social media for the next time we're going to do an Outside the Rally on the next episode here. So, live from New York, good night, ladies and gentlemen.